Welcome back to my tutorial channel. This time we will discuss registration after previously we have discussed the coordinate system. If you haven't watched my video about the coordinate system, it is highly recommended to watch it first. Just a theory about registration. Data registration is a procedure of correcting and transforming the spatial position of your dataset. With a certain algorithm and control points, a new dataset can be obtained whose spatial position is the same with that of the registration dataset. If you have the reference layer, you need to specify a registration point in the registration layer, then specify a control point at the corresponding position of reference layer. If you do not have the reference layer, you need to enter coordinates of the control point. Then the registration point will be transformed to the right position according to a certain algorithm. Okay, let's just practice it directly. Open your Supermap software. Then create a workspace with a name that's up to you. Once the workspace is created, create a new data source. Name the new data source up to your liking. Remember, when we create a new data source, automatically the datum that is set is the China global datum. You can change it if you want. Then add the dataset by importing the maps you have. For example, I have a map with a .jpg extension file. Wait for the import process to complete. Once the import process is complete, add it to the new map view. You can notice, on the center value of the coordinates. This value is the value of the planar coordinate system. You can check the coordinate system used by right-clicking on the dataset and selecting Properties. You can notice that this data is not yet processed and has a planar coordinate system. Now we will do the registration. To register, we can do it by two methods. The first way is to use a reference layer, or the second way is not to use a reference layer. We will use the second method only, because I don't have a reference layer at the moment. Go to the Start tab, then to the Data Processing menu, select New Registration. Then Windows Step 1 will appear. In this Step 1, you are required to select the map dataset to be registered. Then select the Next button. In Windows Step 2, here you should select the reference layer. But as I talked about earlier, I don't have a reference layer, so I'm going to skip this second step and I'll just select the Done button. A new registration window will appear. Here we have to define a ground control point, or GCP. GCP is the position of the point where the planar coordinate value is known on the map and also has the actual coordinate value on the Earth's surface. You can create as many GCPs as you want, but at least you have 4 GCP locations. The more GCPs the better. Make sure you select the location correctly. Don't get it wrong. because if you choose the wrong GCP location, there will be a huge distortion error. If you notice, every time we select GCP by left-clicking your mouse on the screen, the coordinate value will appear at the bottom. These are the planar coordinates of the GCP we chose. Once you feel that it is sufficient to add a GCP to your map, enter the actual coordinate value of the GCP value. You can get the coordinate value from the latitude and longitude readings on the map and then convert it into UTM coordinates using the help of other software. Enter the UTM coordinate value in the target point X and target point Y columns. Make sure they are in order and in accordance with the actual values. Once the actual UTM coordinates are all entered, select the Calculate Error button. Once you select this button, then the registration error count will appear. You can proceed to register or edit the GCP value in this step. If you feel that the registration error is considered small enough, then you can proceed to the registration option. Select the OK button to continue the registration process. Wait until the registration process is complete. After the registration process is complete, a new dataset with UTM coordinates will appear. Display this data on a new map. If you check on the center of the map, the coordinate value has changed from planar coordinates to UTM projection coordinates. This dataset has indeed been projected on UTM, but in its properties, the coordinate system is still in the form of a planar. We have to change this coordinate system from planar to coordinated system projected. I know that this area is located in the UTM 49 South zone, so I will choose the UTM zone. Now you have a data set of images that have been projected correctly. You can proceed with the next step, which is vectorizing, which is the step to convert raster data to vector data. Add a new data set. I'm going to add a data set of lines for the layer road. Select the coordinate system. Just select the system coordinates with the UTM Zone 49 South projection. Add the dataset to the previous map. To digitize, you can select the editable button. Start digitizing the road layer. When you're done editing, click the Editable button again. Add more datasets. This time the area type is for residential areas. Set coordinate system as in the previous step. Add this new dataset to the previous map. Do the editable again. Add more line datasets. This time for the river layer. Do it as in the previous step. Now you have a dataset of rivers, roads and settlements from the vectorizing results. You can continue this vectorizing process if you want. When we edit a feature, the editable tool will automatically move from one layer to another. We can edit multiple layers at the same time by putting a check mark on the multi-layer editing menu. Make sure you choose which layer to edit so you don't make a mistake in vectorizing. There are various choices of object types when we create a dataset layer. For example, an object with a line type has several options, namely line, polyline, curve, and arc. You can try to explore each type of object to suit your needs. If you want to delete an object, make sure the selectable button is enabled. If this button is not active, you will not be able to select the object. To delete an object, select it and click the Delete button on your keyboard, or by right-clicking and then selecting Delete. I think this training is enough to stop here. I hope that after you watch this video, you can register the map yourself. To digitize or vectorize, You can try various tools provided on the Object Operation menu. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If you have any questions, please comment below. Don't forget to share this video with your friends to continue to support this channel. See you in the next video.